What's going on, everybody? I know you probably can't really see me. I've tried to get the camera up here the best angle as I can. Can't tell, it's raining. Big surprise, you know, that's all. The only thing I've been bitching about in my videos for like the last, I don't know, month and a half. So, but today we've got the canopy up. We're gonna try to do some work to the Accord. We do need to wire in the plug for the VTEC solenoid because that one was cut. I already took the water neck off and cleaned it up really good. It was like full of gunk. I took the radiator out, flushed it out, put some new hardware on it. Right now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to take the slave cylinder loose off the transmission because I've got one from Valex Racing. I also got a master cylinder, what is it? An EM1 master cylinder kit from Valex Racing. It's a conversion kit they make for these. It's supposed to help with like the feel of the clutch, better clutch response. It's like 135 bucks. So to me, it was kind of well worth it because I don't know if you can see well down in here, but the slave cylinder on the transmission is just rusted, nasty. So I'm about to go ahead and take it off. I'm going to be removing the line as well because their kit comes with a braided line. So let's get to it. Crazy thing is like this thing's got a brand new master cylinder on it, and I don't know if I want to change it out or not. I've had this Pittsburgh ratchet now for, let's see here, 7 years. And she's getting a little worn out. Honestly, she's not really worn out. It's just the screws came out of the back of it, and I got to figure out if I can get a hold of Pittsburgh and get just replacement screws for it because this thing has seen a lot of work. Good news is my wife picked up a, can't remember what brand header, but she picked it up for me over the weekend while she was out of town. She was up in the area, and I was like, hey, you want to do me a favor and pick up a header? And she said, yeah, sure. Got it for 60 bucks. The top part of the header, like the manifold part, is wrapped. The lower part's not. I've got some wrap in there left over from where I wrapped my downpipe for the TSX. So, might need to get a drain pan. Actually, might not because I drained the transmission. Okay, so we're going to set these right here. I need to take loose a 10 mil right here for the hard line. So I can move it out of the way and then just disconnect the line from the top of the transmission. So I will be right back. Let me go get a 10. Sorry, I didn't see that 10, or otherwise I would have had my socket out here. The plan today is, because it is raining and I can't really do like a whole lot because this canopy's only so big. I can't really get to some of the other stuff like on the back of the car that I need to do, like putting the rotors and stuff in, but it's all good. I do have the coilovers adjusted on the front and the rear. I just need to tighten up the collars. I didn't want to tighten them up yet because I wanted to finish up the suspension and kind of like test fit everything and then lower it down and see what the clearance is going to be like before I just like tighten everything up. And don't worry, we're gonna torque everything to spec. I'm never not gonna be petty about that. Dude came for me in my damn comments on one of my videos and was an absolute chode about it. So it's like, yeah, it's absolutely. I'm still putting parts in, but let's go ahead and torque everything down. Fucking idiot. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the video for just a minute. There's some other things that I gotta tighten up, and I gotta go get a 10mm wrench so I can break that line loose. I will be right back. Okay, I want to show you guys something real quick, and I know this is Matco tools, so this is from my time at working at the dealership, but you don't have to buy Matco or Snap-on or whatever. You can buy these, like, they're specifically for taking off like brake lines, clutch lines, and stuff like that. Don't use a regular wrench, use these. These are hardened and they don't strip the nut off of the line. You can get a set of these from like Harbor Freight and find them offline. They're relatively cheap, but these will save your life. So let's reach back in here. See if we can get this on here. It works very similar to like how an O2 sensor socket works. It's got an open end. And it just goes right over the line like that, the open part, hook it on and then take it loose. So okay, so I ended up just like taking the distributor off so I can get a better angle at it. I broke it loose with the line wrench, so I'm just gonna use this regular 10 to finish turning it out. Once you get it so far, you should be able to turn it out by hand. You know, unless it's just musty, dusty, and crusty from years of neglect and oil and shit all over it. Also found something very interesting. The plug that plugs into the side of the VTEC solenoid is completely broke. There is no fixing that, so odds are I'm going to see if I can take that pressure sensor out and just replace it, or go to the junkyard and acquire a VTEC solenoid. Need to make a run of the junkyard anyway. There's a TSX in there, and they're not in there very often, at least not my year. So I've got a Gen 2 that I need to get a few little small parts off of. I really wouldn't mind getting the interior out of it. The interior in that thing is mint. Really have no idea why it was in the junkyard, because it was a 6-speed manual, wasn't wrecked, no rust. It tells me that somebody probably like blew the engine in it. But anyway, that's kind of beyond the point here. All right, there's our old musty, dusty, crusty slave cylinder. I'll pop this clip off, that way I can use it for the new one, which is in the back seat. Give me just a second and I'll get it. Damn door hinges up. Yeah, this is the new kit. Pretty excited about it. Let's go ahead and pop this open here. I'm actually waiting on Nick to get here. We were supposed to start working on the truck today, but given the current weather situation, and it's supposed to get worse, I don't think we're going to be starting on the truck today. So, where did I just set that thing? Okay. Yeah. Get this lovely boat on. Yeah, but anyway, what I was saying about the TSX is like it was a 6-speed. Anybody that knows anything about the Gen 2 TSX, those 6 speeds are factory LSD transmissions. And they're very good if you want to swap like an older car out. Say like an EK or an Accord like this. But a lot of people hate on like the K24Z engines that come in the Knox Gen SI. And that come in the like the TSX, the 2nd gen TSX. Everybody hates on them. I don't see why. They make really good power. Mine sounds great in my car. I went and had mine. I was wanting to do like a baseline to see where I'm at versus where I'm going to be in a couple of months when I do some more mods to the TSX. Kind of excited about that. But I did a baseline pull back in March. We had a little dyno day. And my car surprised the hell out of me. Everybody's like, "Oh, those things are supposed to make 205 horsepower to the crank." Yes, they made. Mine made 181 horsepower to the wheels without a tune, and I had a malfunctioning O2 sensor. But my torque was 188 foot-pounds of torque, so I was like pretty stoked about that. Really stoked about that, actually. Of course, this new line is smaller. The thing I thought ahead. But anyway, what I was saying, we had a good dyno day. If y'all want to see the videos from that, just kind of spruce through my older videos and my TikTok. I know I've been posting quite a few, but it wasn't that long ago. I'll try to pull all of my videos off of TikTok and start doing uploads to YouTube. I've kind of figured out, like, after talking to some other well-known YouTubers about what's going on with the algorithm and everything, they're like, well, you're not posting frequently enough to get like more views and such. And I was like, okay, well, they're like, well, where do you post elsewhere? I was like, yeah, you know, Instagram and like TikTok. And they're like, okay, well, what you need to do is you just need to download all your videos from your other social accounts, and for the next few weeks upload like 3 or 4 videos that you have a week if you've got enough, and it'll start building your it'll put you in the algorithm and you'll start getting a lot more views. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, that makes more sense now. Sorry y'all, I don't want to just like stand here quietly and wrench. I try to like engage as I'm doing this. Sounds like Nick coming up the road, and I believe it is. Yep, it's Nick. My man's is pulling in. So, with that being said, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to kind of get y'all down here. Let me get y'all out of the tripod. There's that new slave cylinder. Pretty excited. I'm going to look at putting the line in, and then that's going to be probably it on this for a little bit. I'm going to press the other ball joint in, finish assembling the other knuckle. Probably won't get it in today. And then I'm going to sandblast the brake calipers, but I'm going to film that. Alright, so this is what we got done today. Started putting in the new hardware to replace the old crappy looking one. Got the actual hose clamps on the radiator and the hoses. We are going to have to drill out 2 studs, one there and one there, to mount our new header. Cleaned up a little bit more of the wiring. Also discovered that the pressure switch on the side of the VTEC solenoid is broken, so I'm gonna have to order one of those. It's mostly just did a lot of tidying up today. Stuff that really needed to be done. Also put the brake lines back on the new coilovers. The knuckle is assembled. I'm gonna put it in tomorrow. I'm just running out of time for today. Let's see here. I took the radiator out and flushed it out earlier. I haven't filled up the coolant. I did put the oil in it earlier. This thing needs a good wash again. But yeah, we're getting there. Got to put a bolt in that. I put the new slave cylinder on earlier on in the video. We're getting there. There's one vacuum line that goes from there. I guess it's part of the evap system or emission system. I got to replace a line back there. There's an open hose right here on top of the pressure regulator. I got to figure out where the hell it goes. Yeah, just little stuff. Put a new distributor seal on, got the distributor back in, got it clocked. Doing a little bit at a time. But that'll do it for today's video, guys. We'll be back on working on it tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have the front suspension completely done tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to sandblast the brake calipers and caliper brackets tomorrow as well. Main reason why I haven't done it is because, one, I needed a respirator, and two, I want to paint them after I sandblast them, and with it raining as much as it is, it's stupid to try to paint if you don't have a climate controlled area, because the paint's not going to cure correctly. It's going to run. I know they're just calipers, but I'd rather do it right. But like I said, we're making some really good progress. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you got to do. The plan for this thing after it's done is to sell it. So once we get the rest of the suspension in, we're going to torque everything down to spec. We get these two studs drilled out. We're going to put two new ones in, and then I can mount the header, and then I can mount the rest of the exhaust as well. Get the calipers done, get them back on the car, and get them assembled. I can put the wheels on it, and we can actually set it down on the ground. I'm really looking forward to like getting it back on the ground and getting the fuel pump in it and see if we can get it started. But that concludes today's video, guys. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you. Have a good one.